Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. It's a great day on Studio Chatter. Listen to this list.
I'm Stacy Beck. It's our spring wedding show. If you're planning a wedding soon, you've got to watch this.
And I'm Angie Murphy. We're talking rings, photos, venues, and dresses.
We are excited. It's our 100th show. All this and more on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter, 100 shows. Unbelievable.
Wow. As I was coming here today,
that's a
100.
lot. Because we're not filming every day. And so that's quite a bit.
Like twice a month for 4.5 years.
Can you believe that?
No.
That's pretty incredible.
What's on your hot topic list?
Well, I'm excited about the show. It's going to be a busy one. We're going here and there and
We've
in
got
studio.
to travel a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun.
That's going to be fun.
I like it. I like to get out into the community and like be engaged in that. So I think we need to do that more this year.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That will be super fun. Yep. It'll be busy, but it's such a fun topic, weddings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is.
So.
And we're just starting right into that season of fun. I'm still waiting for the snow to come, but maybe it just won't come
Maybe
and we
we'll
just
miss it.
roll right into spring and weddings.
Gonna be a hot summer, baby.
I think it is. Wedding summer with, like just the heat. And when you're planning a wedding, sometimes you don't think of that. And you're like, oh, I want it outside. And then the day of, it's July or August.
And the cake is like kind of melting just a little bit. Moms are melting.
Well, I certainly think there will be some distancing probably required for groups. So outdoor weddings will be probably a hot topic.
You know, I just got my first wedding invitation in a long time that didn't say anything about COVID restrictions on it, and it's a reception. So I'm wondering.
They are still on, as you know, I work at Utah Valley Magazine, and so this week, last week the magazine came out, it was printed, and so this week I deliver boxes of magazines to all my clients. So I actually delivered a box over to Springville Museum of Art. And I asked her about the restrictions, and she said right now the restrictions are still 100 people at a time, but in a venue, but that's ever changing.
Okay.
Right. They're still able to kind of rotate through, and I think that it's like they're trying to stick by those standards, but they're still allowing people to kind of roll through, and I think people are ready.
Yeah.
I agree. Get together a little bit more.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's a gorgeous cover,
isn't it?
That is beautiful.
We have 4 covers.
Oh, I love that.
And this year on Instagram or our website, everyone could go vote. I think we had 11,000 people vote.
Oh my heavens. And was it like a pretty decent winner? Or
yes.
Kind of all...
Yeah, by I think 700.
Oh my heavens.
So this was, this is someone famous. I don't know who she is. But one of my favorite covers is a blended family. It's a his, her, she has 4 kids, he has 2.
And that's on the cover?
All their kids are on it, and it's
so
just
cute.
reading the stories in it of all the love stories. And it was fun because one of the things that our editor said is, where everybody's meeting is at the gym, either like CrossFit or So if you're not married,
go to the gym.
Get a boss at. Yeah.
This looks like one of the Arnold girls, like the dancer.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, I know, because I went to high school with their mom.
Oh, okay.
My sister was good friends with their mom.
Brindley,
so they've been on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, and maybe I'll give a quick shameless plug. On page 20, this is my son Colton and Kenna's.
I did see you post that.
The orange suit.
Yes.
He's got a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, color is fun.
My husband was like, he's really going to go with an orange suit.
I loved it. I thought
it popped. And I think Kenna, his fiance at the time.
It gave him style, like a dress.
She's like, I want him to come out and just feel that good. But Colton can pull it off. He's like,
totally.
I want to do it. But
that's fun.
So how much did you have to do with that? So when he picked it, were you like, I love it, or did he ask your opinion?
No, because she kind of so these are kind of the colors of the wedding. It was in the fall, and so his favorite color is orange.
Okay.
So to go rust, once she said olive green or rust or this, he's like, I want rust. So we went to Garth, perfectly suited in Garth in Provo, and it was custom made. But my husband was like, that's ridiculous. He's going to regret it. He can only wear it for a couple years. And I said,
But it's like a wedding dress. It's like his
You never
day.
wear your wedding dress again.
Right.
And Chris, 32 years ago, wore a white tuxedo. So all of us regret our choices.
Right,
So
totally.
I think for your wedding day, you do you. And if 2020 taught us anything, it's do what makes you happy. If you want to wear a baby blue tuxedo and this guy wants to wear a rust suit, you do what makes you happy.
Absolutely.
Because you'll regret it all one day. No.
Yeah. We only live once, right?
Well, we have so many
Well,
fun
this is one of
people.
the funnest things that we do all year because I love to look at the trends. I love to look at the trends in all of the venue choices, the food choices, of course, the floral choices. And we get, as you said, we get to take this on the road. So, of course, the dresses, that's always so much fun.
That's fun. And styles change pretty quickly with dresses.
Yeah, they do.
Don't you guys think? Like, it's every 2 to 3 years.
So it'll be
it's all
interesting to
different.
see what Leslie tells us. Like, what is the style right now? What is
Because a couple
trendy?
years ago, it was like a pop of color.
Oh, totally.
Maybe the groom's now the pop of color.
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Stacy,
knows?
Colton's on the trend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next on Studio Chatter, we launch into our 2021 wedding show. Get ready to take notes because there may be a quiz. That's coming right up. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. It's said that it's not official unless there's a ring. Our first guest can help you with that. Welcome Talon Rasmussen from Rasmussen and Company Fine Jewelers to our table. Welcome.
Hi, Talon.
Thank you.
We're just a little bit smiley.
I know,
Right?
yes. Just the
I'm all
bling.
tongue-tied because of the
Because we've all
gorgeous
got
jewelry.
a little something special.
How can you
about
not?
this.
That's the best part about
Wow.
the jewelry industry.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Before we dive into the jewelry, Anne, tell us your story.
Yeah,
Because I know it's a
Who
really
you
unique
are and-
one.
Yeah.
no, that's a good question. Our stories and my story specifically is probably what makes us the most unique in in the valley, in the state. I'm actually a sixth generation
Wow.
goldsmith and jeweler. So I'm a goldsmith, I'm a jeweler. My family's been in the jewelry business for 135 years since they immigrated from Denmark.
That is unbelievable.
What's the difference between a goldsmith and a jeweler?
So a goldsmith, a jeweler is essentially anybody that sells jewelry that works in a jewelry store. You could call them a jeweler. A goldsmith is someone that does the work on the ring. So I do the repair work, custom manufacturing, essentially anything that would have to do with maintenance or sizing or stone setting.
It's like a real art.
It really is an
learned-
art, which
yeah,
is
learned
really
trade.
fun. So, and we have a store, a new store in Spanish Fork, but we have another store out of state in Wyoming that's been in the family since the 70s. So we've been doing this a long time, and we're actually the only sixth generation jeweler in the state of Utah. There's another one that's a fifth generation, but we're the only ones that can claim
That's
sixth
so
generation.
cool.
That is
So
really neat.
because
So
that
they've
was-
watched it throughout the
Yeah.
years, which is so neat to me.
So because it's passed down, so is that a craft that you were taught?
Yeah, no,
So
that,
really just something that you learned
Yeah.
from, okay, wow.
goldsmithing's an interesting thing, and even the jewelry industry as a whole is very generational. So all of what I know I can attribute to my dad and my grandpa, and my dad learned from his grandpa and my great grandpa, and so on and so forth. So there's not really a lot of formal education that comes in the industry for goldsmithing specifically. It's really all either self-taught or it's something that you apprentice to learn. So.
And your store here in Spanish Fork is located down by Vasa Gym, correct?
mhm.
Okay, I drive by a lot. I need to stop by now.
You do.
Well, and congratulations to you.
Yes.
There might be a seventh generation, right?
Yes, yeah.
A new baby in the house this week, right?
New baby just in the last weeks, and
Baby Summit is going to be that guy.
I'm hoping so too. I love it. It's the perfect blend of a hands-on job, but also, I get to wear a tie every day, and it's something that I love, and you're indoors and you're doing art every day.
Right.
So.
And making people happy.
Right.
So let's go into that. When we come into your store, or maybe as a young couple looking for a wedding ring, an engagement ring, how can you lead them? What are the questions that they should be asking or looking for with a jeweler?
That's a great question. Number one, there's not really any one question I would say. Just we like if people can come in with an idea, but even if you don't have an idea, we stock hundreds of bridal ring styles, and we have a large catalog of options as well to help kind of get those creative juices flowing. But what we would say is we take a different approach than a lot of jewelers in the fact that we're going to treat you like family. We want you to come in with maybe an idea of how much you want to spend, and then let us maximize your budget. We want to take your money and get you the highest quality product for what you have to spend. And we deal with budgets all over the place. From $1,000, sometimes less than that, all the way up to 10 and 20 and 30,000. So.
Wow.
I would
Which is really important, because I think you go in, I want this big, nice diamond, and then you're like, well,
come over to this table.
But then you can say, but look at what you could add on, or you could do a sapphire instead of a diamond, or whatever it may be to maximize, like you say. Yeah. So.
Well, I've been ogling some of the topaz lately, but what are some of the trends that you've seen maybe in this past year?
Yeah, that's a good question. We sell a lot of alternative center stones in our rings. With gold prices where they're at today, they're just about $1,900 an ounce.
Wow.
So rings can get expensive. Diamonds are precious as well, so they can get expensive. There's a beautiful stone called a moissanite that we sell a lot of. That's a great replacement for I don't know that I'd say replacement. It's a great alternative to a diamond.
Okay.
And it looks very similar. As far as like trends for the ring itself, we're seeing yellow gold starting to come back a lot. Rose gold is really popular.
Really is, Stace. Our 90s are staying.
Yeah.
My wife has a yellow gold ring. I wear yellow gold. So, but white gold is always going to be the most popular. I think it's here to stay as the most popular. But trends are, we're in 2021. Nothing's traditional anymore. People are doing.
It really isn't.
Whatever
it's
they
like
want.
for fashion or anything, it's all over the place. I feel like.
Is a round stone still the most popular?
Yeah, round. You get the best for your price. The best sparkle, the best quality. All of that, and then it's it's a classic. It's timeless. So.
Okay. Well, what is this that I have here?
So we call that.
Gorgeous.
The Duchess, actually. That's from one of our premier vendors. They're the number one. They're the number one vendor in the United States. It's called Gabriel and Company. We partner with them for a lot of our engagement rings, but it's more of an Art Deco style. So that Art Deco is really coming back, more of a Art Deco or a like an antique look. And so that one there has a really pretty Art Deco look with an oval stone, which I would say is probably currently the second most popular to a round.
So is this a wedding ring or just a normal, or either one?
You could have it as a dinner ring, but we sell it as an engagement ring.
Okay.
I think it's a lovely dinner ring.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I think it could
Gorgeous.
be just proper.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this one is a topaz, right? It's blue.
Blue topaz, yep.
That is so beautiful. And when I tried it on, I personally like this, how petite and light it was.
I love that ring. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just feel like it reminds me of spring and summer and airy and just like a garden party.
I know.
You're out wearing
So
it.
dinner and garden party. What does Angie have?
What do you have, darling?
I've got something gorgeous. So I feel like it's just a wedding ring, right?
Just that's what we would call a traditional engagement ring. It is a double halo, which is really popular. So all three rings are very different that you guys have in front of you,
right?
And they're in style in their own way. The double halos are really popular right now. Yours, Stacy, is very dainty. A lot of girls these days
are doing the stackers. My niece
really
just
want a
did
dainty
that.
with a stacker, right? Which is what that is. That one has the stackable band,
right?
And it's just got a really thin band with diamonds on it, which is really popular and classic. It does have some current style, but it's also something that will never be dated. It's really classic.
I want to ask you, Talon, what percentage of people get new wedding rings? Any idea? Like, is that common?
I I don't know the percentage. We a lot.
Okay.
So in Utah, it's interesting because what's popular here, especially, and even in Spanish Fork, is not popular. We have a store in Wyoming, and the trends are not the same. And we have a group of jewelers that we're close knit with, and there's some that only sell resell. So we call those estate rings, and they're only selling used, which we offer that as well. It's not as common, but there's in Utah, I would say the majority of couples are buying new, but maybe in the East, a lot of people are buying
vintage or antiques. And another question I had: do you sell like other fine jewelry and gems? Like I have my Pandora that I kind of go around collecting different charms and stuff. Do you have other things like that?
Yeah. So we consider ourselves to be a traditional jewelry store. We, of course, focus on engagement rings and bridal rings because that's a large part of our market, but we sell it all. Fashion jewelry, we sell bracelets and necklaces and pendants and chains and watches. We sell watches as well, and we even some gifts. We have a lot of access to interesting gifts like jewelry boxes, and we have these really pretty gold plated roses, the real roses that have been plated in gold, so we sell those as well.
Wow, neat. Colin, what's your favorite part of your job?
I've worked a lot of sales jobs, but my favorite part would have to be, we never deal with angry customers or unhappy customers. We're dealing with people that are in love, and that's the best part. We get to deal with something beautiful all the time. It's amazing to watch. Gold isn't naturally shiny. It's amazing to watch it form and transform into something beautiful. And then as well, we're working with people that are in love. People that are buying engagement rings are doing it because they love each other. People that are buying anniversary gifts or anniversary rings, or they love someone. They love each other. So
I love that.
So true.
It's the best part.
Well, thank you for stopping by. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming up next on Studio Chatter, we're going on a road trip to the Salon. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Producer Pete doesn't let us get out very often, but we twisted his arm for today's program. We went to one of the most iconic places in town. It's the Salon Reception Center. We met with Emily Averett for the tour. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, of course.
Such a traditional place to host weddings.
Yes.
And it is wedding season.
It is.
So are you booking, or are you
we're booking in April right now.
Okay.
A lot of brides who are getting married in like an LDS temple, they have like a 90-day window. Okay. So we can pull that off. So once you can book your temple date, if that's what you're doing, you can come here and do the rest of the party, or if you're not worried about that, we can even do your ceremony here. So we're booking in April, May, June, even some dates into next year if you're really into a date.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, besides weddings, you also do a ton of catering here at the Salon. So do you often have like lunches or dinners, events?
Yeah, graduation dinners are big. So if you've got a high school graduate in May, or graduating from college even, and you want to do a family dinner here,
that's fun.
You can come and...
Well, and it's kind of like a nicer environment, but you can space out, you can have some more people. How is the parties and the events look like since COVID, and how's it changing right now?
Yeah, so we are kind of like a restaurant. We've just had to kind of take our capacity down, but we can still do a dinner for about 80.
Awesome.
So we just spread them out, the tables out a little bit further. Our staff has to serve you, and you take your plate from our staff. And so there's just a few little changes, but if you want a private room to do your dinner, it's a great place to do that.
That sounds perfect.
Yep.
Well, I love the historical feel here. We were talking a little bit before we started recording. Stacy, tell us a little bit about your history here.
So my history here is this April, 32 years ago, I was married here at the Salon.
We need to recreate
it. It was a cold, windy day in April. So
an indoor event.
Yes, marriages last if they're married at the salon.
There you go.
So, but how old is this building? Do you know?
It was built in about 1922, I want to say. So almost
100 years.
100 years. That's rare.
Yeah.
It really
Like
is.
in our state, but in our city, to just go find a building that you can just dive into and
Right.
And we're gonna go see a little bit of it,
Yeah,
right?
Well, there's a bit of family history here for you as well, right? I mean, didn't you actually live here?
Yeah,
one
we
time?
did. There is a
Oh,
little.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I love
So this was an old church building.
Yes.
So this is kind of, they called it the Book of Mormon, is the architecture. We're in the spine right now. And then down the hall, there's 2 hallways. So my family actually lived down that hallway.
Down the Nephi Hall.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Alma's over here.
There you go. So we just turned classrooms into bedrooms. There was a little kitchen over there that we used as our kitchen. And we lived there when I was born until I was about 8 is when we moved.
So was anything else happening here in the salon at that time, or
Yeah,
just you?
there would be events on the weekends.
Oh,
And there would be, we did a lot of like BYU dances. And so there would be dances and I wouldn't sleep.
I know, right? It's like living in a hotel or something.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Super
Okay, well, let's
Let's
take
go
a
look at
around.
one of those halls.
Okay.
So Emily, right now we are in the room where most of the celebrations happen here.
Yeah,
at the
this
salon.
is the party room, I guess you could say, or the reception hall. So this is where we have our receptions or dinners, things like that. This is where the fun happens.
You've done a lot of updates. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so we just barely got new tables that we love,
love
the
those.
barnwood tables. We got a new backdrop. You can see the brick wall back there and the arch. We also have like wood paneling you can put back there.
Okay.
So different options to kind of customize your event for you.
Awesome. And then do people still like have you guys cater, or do you have outside catering?
So we have both options. We
Okay.
used to be primarily an all-inclusive package where we do food, flowers, cake, which we still do all
Okay.
of that.
Wow, you do all of it.
Yeah.
You take care of all of it.
The one-stop shop.
That's
But
so
there are
nice.
lots of people now who want to do their own thing
Oh,
or
okay.
bring in a caterer. So we do have the option. If you want to just rent the room and bring in catering and things like that, you can do that as well.
Okay. So
Okay, and you're
a
not
la
opposed
carte.
to that then? So
Nope,
you can do
that's an
a la
option
carte.
now.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
So can you have 2 events now at one time, or how does that?
With parking, we kind of like to keep it to 1,
Right.
and especially with COVID too, and just keeping numbers in the building down. So just 1 at a time, but we can do 2 during the day. So we have had some brides who want to do like a earlier thing. They'll do their ceremony here, and then like a more of a brunch, and then they're done earlier in the day. So we can do 2 in a day.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Have you done any indoor, outdoor? So maybe something inside and intimate, and then maybe the drive-through.
Yeah, we have
The
the
drive-through and have a
drive-through.
cupcake.
Yeah, we did a drive-through, and the bride kind of wanted to do a charcuterie board for her guests. So we
Oh,
put
okay.
together a little to-go where it had grapes and cheese and meat.
Oh.
So they drove through and dropped off a present and greeted the bride and groom, and then we handed them their things to go.
Oh, that is so neat. That's clever.
Yeah, in the spring and summer, our garden area is beautiful.
It
So there
is.
are some brides that like to do their ceremony out there, maybe like an intimate ceremony, and then come in later in the day to do a reception. Or with COVID too, we've seen a lot of just sit-down dinners where they invite their closest family and friends and just do a sit-down dinner.
And this is the room where that
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's beautiful.
It is.
is beautiful.
I do like the updates, and I love the tables.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Good
that's
move
a fun
there.
Look. Yep.
Okay, let's go check out your bride room.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like we're in the most important room in the place, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
What is this fabulous
So
room?
this is our bridal loft. So
a loft.
The bride gets to come up here on her big day and get ready before her ceremony, before she goes down, or before she greets her guests at her reception. So this is kind of her special room.
I love it.
I do too, and I love that it's spacious. Like some of the bridal rooms that I've been to are really like kind of tight, and you put the bridesmaids and the bride.
Yeah.
But yeah, this feels nice in
And
here.
we're on the very top floor.
We're on the 3rd floor. Yep, and I always tell the brides this is her room, but if she wants to invite her bridesmaids up here, she can. But this is all for her.
I like that thought. Big, huge Mirrors.
I love the mirror.
I do too. Nice lighting.
And if you just go out this door over here, you overlook where your reception or your ceremony would be.
Yeah, so she kind of gets a sneak peek up here as she waits to go down the aisle. She can see all her guests there and kind of get a nice look of how the room will be.
I'm kind of nervous. Do you like throw back a little bit to like when you were married, like that pre-filling?
No.
Stacy, did you spend some time in here?
No, my bride room back in 1989 was down on the main level.
Oh,
it's been elevated since then.
Okay.
Yeah, this has only been opened up about 10 years. It was actually right before I got married that they did a huge remodel. They added an elevator. They opened up this room for a bride's room. So this is pretty new.
So you were able to have this as your
just
bride's
for
room?
you?
Just barely. You might say that.
Yeah, I think so.
So what was this room before the remodel a decade ago?
So it was, we weren't using it. It was kind of storage. So
Oh my gosh, this is too beautiful.
I know.
Yeah.
So let's show this like
Right?
bench.
This is
an
fabulous.
original from the salon.
yeah, so it was in someone's home, and I think after their mom or somebody passed away, they gifted it back to us. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
original to the building.
Thank you very, very much for sharing all of this gorgeous architecture. And how do we go about booking this?
So you can call us. It's 801-798-3006. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook, where we post lots of pictures of events happening.
Okay.
And we've got a wonderful website too. So any of those places, you can get a hold of us.
Okay, fantastic.
Perfect. It's been
Thanks
fun.
again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emily.
Love it.
That was fun.
We learned a little bit about you.
A little bit, yeah.
We did. Stacy is iconic. She was
Salon.
there at the very beginning. Well, okay, maybe not the very
No.
beginning. But on one of the redos, it was around the time of your wedding, right?
Yeah.
1982, well,
9.
89. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
89. Yeah, it was neat in there. I just loved, I love the history of a building like that.
Uh-huh.
We don't have very many of those in Spanish
No,
Fort
I
that-
agree.
Right.
Yeah.
That are still like having guests at or entering into.
A really
That's
cool
good.
place and a really cool place to have a reception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Book your wedding now if you're looking.
Well,
And-
we
and not
learned that
just
it
the
was
wedding.
like the spine, like the Book of Mormon, like that
Yeah,
was
that was
like the
cool.
shape of the building. That was neat
Yeah.
history.
And so many cool things, not just a wedding, but dinners, graduations,
School dances.
school dances. Yeah, there were a lot of things. So
Yeah.
it was fun.
It was.
Super awesome to be there. Coming up next on Studio Chatter, choosing a photographer for your wedding is no easy task. We'll offer some help. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. With over 15 years of photographing weddings, our next guest is no stranger to the wedding world, but he's never caught the bouquet. It's our very own producer, Pete Hansen.
And I really feel bad about that. I try to get the bouquet, but it just never
They never
quite got
throw
to me.
it quite that
They
far.
don't throw it my direction. I'm always in the wrong spot.
That's true.
You don't need a bouquet, though. You've
No.
been happily married for how many
Many
years?
years.
And you've always been in this industry, either the movie or photographs, right?
Exactly right.
Where's your passion?
Yes,
Okay.
both of them, because they both have their qualities I enjoy.
Right.
Photography is, it's quicker, it's faster than video, because
Yes.
video you have to edit and whatever else. But they both tell stories, they both are fun to produce, and so I just really enjoy them both.
Okay.
And we got to produce The Grinch not too often with him, and I thought
He's-
that was a fun time.
he's pretty
So
good.
maybe we'll do some more of that, hopefully.
Yeah,
but let's talk
we'll
weddings.
go on the road
Right, I was going to
sometime,
say, yeah, right now the focus is weddings. So people have a lot of choices with
do.
weddings, and it can be very expensive. So how do you narrow down the focus with weddings?
Well, before I answer that, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. That's the first thing I want to ask is, or the only thing I want to ask,
Okay.
is rank for me. What's more important?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it the venue? Is it the dress? Is it the ring? Is it the catering? Is it the flowers? What am I missing? Photography? What's the most important?
My girls said the pictures,
Photography.
It really is.
100%.
the video and pictures at the end,
Now,
and maybe
and I
the
appreciate
dress.
that just because, you're saying it to me because I'm here. I don't know. A ring is very important.
Right.
A dress is very important.
Well,
but
but
the rest of it, I think, is questionable.
The one thing that you keep forever, really, whether it's in the
Yep.
book, whether it's on the wall, whether it's electronic, It really is.
Or in your mind, when you see those
Right.
pictures,
Yep.
it jogs back the memories of that day.
But
You are
then
absolutely right.
all those other vendors you just mentioned, they would dare probably say, but if your dress wasn't beautiful, would you enjoy your pictures as much? If you didn't choose the right florist, would those pictures be as
So
vibrant?
with all
So
that,
there is a big
photography
balance going on there.
But I think
Yeah.
your spot's number one for sure.
Wow. Well, thank you. I wasn't going to put myself as number one, but I think it's way up there.
Yes,
It's
it
way
is.
up
Yeah,
there.
it is.
I left a wedding a few years ago. I went through the kitchen of the venue I was in so I can get out to my car easier. And as I'm going through the kitchen, here were the garbage cans. And here was a garbage can full of flowers. Here was a garbage can full of all the food that was being served to the guests that didn't get eaten.
Right.
And I go, wow. I mean, how much money do they spend on those things
Yeah.
that they could have spent in other ways? Not
Right.
particularly for the photographer, but just they wasted a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
But how do you pick the right one? So because anymore,
Well-
everybody has like the phone.
I feel like every mom that has a
Right.
phone or a camera has now become a photographer,
It's
which
true. Oh,
there are
yeah.
a lot of great photographers that have come from that. But I feel like that it's like 30 to 40% photography and then 70% leading and directing the show.
Good. You're absolutely right. Because I feel when I go on a wedding, it's like, because most weddings that I do don't have wedding planners. And so they
Right.
look to me. What should we do next?
Right.
When should we do this? Where should we do this?
Right.
And so, yeah, very much I feel like I'm leading and
Because I've been a part of both and
see.
seen how important it was to have a good leader as a photographer, wrestling
Right.
people and getting it done so that we are done on time and vice versa.
So back to your question.
Yes.
Okay. So what are the things you look for? One thing you look for is experience. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
There's just no question that experience is good, and I'm not talking about somebody that just happens to have a nice camera, because that doesn't make them a good photographer. They just happen to have some money and spend for a nice camera. And I'm not talking about someone who shoots mountains and landscape all the time. They're not equipped or have the knowledge base to shoot a wedding.
Right.
You're looking for people that have experience in weddings. And bless their hearts, the new people you just talk about that are just coming into the industry. Do you want to trust your very most important day of your life to a newbie? To someone who's just learning how to use a camera?
Right.
No,
Right.
you really can't.
Right.
There's a place for those photographers. They can come and shoot if they get permission. Shoot at a wedding that's being shot by somebody else. So they're getting that practice. But you don't want to trust your most important day of your life to someone with no experience.
Right.
So you look for experience, and then you see the experience by looking at their catalog through their pictures.
And that's
Okay.
really important, not to just see, oh, there's that same model in like almost every shot. Like you want to see variety.
See a variety. So
Yes,
you want to
and
see
them
a lot
doing
of
multiple
weddings, and
scenes.
it's suggested that you don't look at the highlights of the wedding, but you look at the entire wedding.
Okay.
If you go to my website, you can click on highlight type gallery, or you can look at a specific wedding and go through,
And go through
100
everything.
or 200 pictures from that wedding.
That's a
So
good
you want to
point.
look into it and see what's there. But you also have to recognize what is quality. A lot of people don't know what quality is. And there's a lot of different styles of quality. And we're going to talk about style in just a second. But you need to recognize that it's not the number of likes
Okay.
that a picture gets on Facebook or on Instagram, because all your friends are going to like whatever happens, good or bad.
Right.
So you have to have some, pick an eye and say, or choose your eyes. I'm totally misspeaking that, but you have to pick with quality, or see
Right.
things with quality and see what you're looking for. Then there's styles.
Definitely.
Right.
And there's a lot of different styles out there.
Right.
I consider myself more of a traditionalist, more posed type
And there's like
shots.
the moody,
And then
kind of
there's-
bohemian
there's
kind
exactly
of feel.
right, the moody kind
Yeah.
of stuff. There's the casual, there's the candid, there's the photojournalistic style.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with any of those.
It's just what is
It's
yours.
just what is your style. But realize also that what might work best for you might not work for your mother. Okay? Because what you want is the romantic, cute, fun things, but mom wants pictures for the wall or for the for the book
Right.
or whatever else.
Right.
So you have to do a combination of those, and so everybody's happy.
I think that's important when you meet the photographer and have a little sit down pre-wedding for them to kind of say, this is what I normally do. What are your expectations? and lay that all out, rather
Exactly
than
right.
wait till it's over and be like, geez, I wish the photographer would have done this.
Right.
Well,
you never told him that.
You need to tell the
And we
photographer.
learned a lot with our first daughters, and then our second, we learned, hey, let's go do some temple pictures the day that we do our bridals, because then that cuts out a big chunk of time there
That's
at the
one of my
temple.
big
Just
tips.
different
That's
things
one of
like that.
my big tips is please
Yes.
shoot as much as you can before the wedding.
That's such a great
so I was
idea.
going to ask that. So how important is it to shoot like before the wedding, do some actual other settings?
Now, if you happen to be the purist and don't want to show your wedding dress off to the, the
Sure.
groom in advance,
Right.
then schedule a time afterwards.
Okay.
That's a good
a lot
idea,
of
too.
photographers are happy to do that. I'm happy to do that, especially if it's bad weather. But you just go after the fact and shoot it a different day. Because during the wedding day, there's just no time.
Right.
You'll come out of that service or that ceremony, wherever it happens to be, and then boom, you got a luncheon within 30 minutes. And there's no way that a couple can get some really fun shots.
No, Mallory
in
and
20
Taylor
minutes.
missed their whole luncheon because of that.
Yeah,
Because the temple, it was July,
It is
June-ish,
Exactly.
just busy.
Exactly. So as
Yeah.
much as you can, before or after, don't try to do it all on the wedding day. Yes, there are things that have to happen on the wedding day, the family shots,
Right.
the group shots, all those kind of things.
Right.
But otherwise, do it some other time.
I like that. That's such good advice, Pete.
And nobody wants a big surprise with expenses either, so it's probably important to sit down and talk about that as well.
Absolutely. And every photographer has packages, or they
Sure.
can do it a la carte and those kind of things. And it's just something to talk about.
Which brings me to another point. So then after the photos are taken, like, what's the turnaround time with that photographer? Do they wait 6 months till they get you those shots? Like, that's
A lot of
important
people don't
questions to
realize that
ask.
taking the picture is not a finished product.
Right.
It's you take the picture, the photographer goes back to his office and then edits those photos, makes the colors pop, cropping a little bit, adjusting the pictures. And if you've shot 500, 600, 1,000 pictures or more, that takes time.
Right.
It's not uncommon for a photographer to spend upwards to 30 to 40 hours on a
Really?
wedding.
That many?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no hard fast that you'll get it this fast, but
Right.
I try to deliver within a month's time, or even 3 weeks if I haven't got much going on. But within a month's time, I do deliver things within the first couple of days.
Right, if they needed
if not
just a
even the
few
same
fast
day.
shots,
Here's a couple
right.
of quick shots. Yes, you were married. Here's some proof of it.
Right.
But then the full package for me would be like 3 weeks to 4 weeks away.
And is
And
it
if you're doing an
important?
album, that could take a year. Or 6 months. So
Right.
it just varies.
Is it important now to have all the rights to the photos? Like, I send you
You know-
a thumb drive, I do this, or are a lot of people saying, I'll do the printing?
That's
Still.
something to negotiate. I'm the kind of guy that gives you the images with the permission to print.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm still the creator of the photograph, and so I still own the copyright.
Okay.
So I don't allow you to sell them and so forth. But then again, I'm not going to sell them either without permission from you. That's
Right.
the way I operate. Some photographers may do that differently. So it's something, again, to talk about when you sit down with them.
All right.
But,
Well, we're gonna cut you off because that's all the time that
Really?
we have. Yeah.
Oh, this works good. I could
who's in charge of the time around
You're
here? Wait
so
a second.
Well, you are, but I'm
Wait a
watching
second.
I'm actually watching the
Can I
time.
make one last
You
comment?
bet, you bet.
Yes.
Because I'm in charge.
Yes, you are.
So if we talk about meeting with the photographer, and that's really an important thing, because you're going to spend the day with that person. And
Right.
that person's going to run your day. When I first meet them, I said, "Hey, we're going to be the best of friends for a day. So let's
Right.
let's become friends." Because you're going to be with them all day long, or for half the day. So you have to have a good relationship. Don't try to just smile your way through it because this guy's a jerk.
Right.
It happens. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
so meeting beforehand and seeing, is that going to be a good rapport between the two of us and our family? Because our family may
Yep,
not
yep.
jive with that sort
Yep,
of personality.
Exactly. Are they fun to be with? Are they joking? Do they understand my vision?
Right.
All those things. You just got to get that rapport.
I like it.
Good job.
Pete is fun and he is not a jerk. And if somebody wants to book you, how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, PeteHansonPhoto.com is my website. You can
Okay.
contact me through that, or Pete@PeteHansonPhoto.com.
And the bow tie.
And there's my bow tie. Yeah.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Thank
Thanks so
you,
much.
Pete.
Thank you.
Coming up next, choosing the perfect wedding dress is no easy task, but we have a secret weapon for you. Stay with us to find out. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Rings may have the bling, but it's the dress that wows the crowd. And it's no real secret that Veronica Michaels is a favorite stop for soon-to-be brides. Let's hit the road again and meet Leslie Carr, the owner and the bride's best friend. Well, hello. Thanks so much for letting us come by.
I'm so glad you came. Feels good to have you here.
It is so nice. It's been a little bit since I've been here. My girls would buy almost all their school dresses from here, but it's been a minute.
Well, it's good to have friends back.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Well, 'tis the season. It is wedding season, pageant season, and prom season.
That's right, all three at once.
Absolutely.
And we're really hoping we get to have a prom season this year.
I know. I think that the kids are just going to do it, honestly.
Yeah,
they're
they'll
just
do it
going
on
to do their
own,
little
and
side gigs.
They are
Right.
doing it on their own if
Right.
the schools won't let them.
Yep.
Leslie, how's the wedding season feeling?
This is wedding season. We just went through the big push where everyone got their rings for Valentine's Day, and now they're shopping. So that's really fun to have all the brides coming in.
So do you feel like it's like March-ish, or when does it like really hit?
As soon as the colleges close, the weddings start. So they want to shop 2 or 3 months ahead of that.
Okay. So how tricky is it to find the right size and the right dress? Is it mostly alteration, or is there that perfect fit, do you feel like?
It's rarely the perfect fit because we're not machines, we're human. So we have all kinds of sizes, and we're the experts to get you into the right size and then to alter it to fit you perfectly for your wedding day.
Okay. And usually what is that time frame? How long is the
Right.
typical engagement? So maybe I find something off the rack and then you want to alter it, and then I guess from engagement to down the aisle.
Well, you do need your bridal pictures too, which usually happens about a month ahead of time.
Okay.
So, yeah, we take about 3 to 4 weeks to do alterations.
Okay.
And if you're going to buy off the rack, you can get it much quicker. But if you're going to order it, COVID has happened to make it, the time stretch a little bit to get your dress in. So you don't want to delay. As soon as you have that diamond, come in and shop.
Okay.
So
Maybe
speaking
before.
of COVID,
Yeah.
can anyone just come in anytime, or are you by appointment only? How does that work?
Because of COVID, we are by appointment
Okay.
only. We need to socially distance in the shop, and we can have a prom end and a wedding end going on at the same
Okay.
time, but we can't have, you
Multiples.
can't come in with 10 guests either now. You can come in with 4 to 5 guests at the most, depending on how busy we are.
Okay.
Wow, which makes it a little bit different for girls that want to shop together and get all those opinions also. Okay, we have just a little bit of time here before we jump right into the fashion show. Let's talk trends really quickly. What kind of trends do you see in the wedding department?
Okay, simple has become very popular.
Okay.
But glitzy is still popular.
Okay.
And lace is still popular. So we really have, everything from just classy, elegant, and simple to glitzy, and then to boho still too. So,
I
it's
kind of love that fashion trend. It's kind of in everyday wear too. Kind of anything goes.
Right.
Which I'm loving that. So it's like that kind of old antique style kind of comes back. What about the ball gown type looks?
I'm selling
How's
a
that?
lot of ball gowns right now.
Did they ever go out of style?
No, but they kind of trend up and down a little
okay.
bit. But they're trending up a little bit right now.
Oh, I've just always thought those were so beautiful.
I just think it's like your one day to feel like a princess.
Yes.
You never usually wear that type of
Right.
gown.
What
Right.
a fun profession for you to be in.
I
So
love
fun.
it.
And you're so good at it.
Oh, thank
so
you.
can we see your girls?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look.
Love to. Here comes Roxy, speaking of ball gowns. Isn't this
My
beautiful?
goodness. It is
Oh.
gorgeous.
Show us all your
Wow.
sides, Roxy. This has a built-in belt and the little buttons that go up the sheer back with
That
the lace.
back.
That back
That is gorgeous. And does that just zip, or is that a
That's
button?
button all the
Oh
way.
my heavens.
Yeah, pull your hair so they can see your back, Roxy.
And then turn so the camera can see that. That is stunning.
That is stunning.
And I love the little thin belt. It's just like perfect and precious. And then like the shoulder lay, that's awesome.
Well, and this
then
is a
the
gown that
string.
will never go out of style.
Right.
Right.
And Leslie, when
Timeless.
people come in, do you find, because I, have had kids get married, and you go in for one idea, and then you put on something that you are
Had
so
no
surprised
idea.
that you love.
Yeah, they'll even come in with a picture and say, this is what I want, and maybe it's a straight gown, and then they end up with a ball
Yes,
gown,
I
or
just like-
vice versa.
I love this.
That probably happens more often than not, right?
That's right. It's very few people buy exactly what they thought they were going to get. So it's all about what it looks like.
You
on
look beautiful.
Thank you, Roxy.
Love it.
Thank you.
Okay, Caroline is next. And we were talking about how bling is popular on wedding gowns.
Yes.
Wow.
And long sleeves are still very popular, even in the summertime. They
Really?
just love the long sleeve look so much that many times they're wearing a long sleeve dress in the summer.
So this has a boho
wow.
fill.
It does, but the
But it's
bling
not.
kind of takes it
Yeah.
up a notch. Right.
Like it's
Oh,
almost
it's
like
so pretty.
50s with the swooping of all that.
Yeah,
But I
and
love
kind of,
this
well, even kind of a
detail.
Gatsby look.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
I love
And I
it.
love the veil.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Caroline.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got a different look here. Tasha's coming out with a jumpsuit,
Yeah.
which they are
I love
very
that.
big for prom, pageant. And you just can't go wrong with a beautiful jumpsuit.
That
And-
is like,
Isn't that so fun?
amazing.
It's like Mamma Mia.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like I would have to sing if I wore
exactly
that.
like Mamma Mia.
I love that.
Can you
so
sing it?
much.
Let's
Turn
see
around
those
for us
sleeves.
and see the back.
For us.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
And the back is beautiful, and I just love those Mamma Mia sleeves.
I do too.
That's stunning.
That is fun.
You look
Thank
beautiful.
you, Tasha.
Gorgeous.
Okay, Addie, come on out. This is a prom gown.
Oh, it's so pretty.
See, it's sparkly, but subtle sparkle. But then once again, it has a beautiful back. Show us your back, Eddie.
That is so
and it
all
has
the back.
pockets. Oh my goodness. Okay, I would be sold on pockets.
You know,
I don't
pockets
know
are
why.
one of the best seller for prom dresses.
Oh, well,
I
In
know, a
wedding
little
gowns,
lipstick
too.
in there, your cell phone,
your phone,
and
yeah.
you're set.
Thanks,
that
Addie.
color
That's
is fun.
beautiful.
Gorgeous. Thank you.
I had just enough sparkle.
Okay, here comes Allie. And Allie is wearing a pink, kind of like a Audrey Hepburn.
More pockets.
More pockets, and I just love this look on her. It's simple, but it's not boring.
No. It's like
Ooh, what
just
is
elegant
on
and
the
simple.
top? Is it almost looks? Is it leather or the sheer inlay? What is that?
No, well, it does have the sheer sides on it right
Turn
there.
around
yeah.
for us, cute girl. Oh,
All the way
around.
around.
all the
kiddo.
way around.
She's pinned up in the back a little bit, but
That's okay.
that is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
That
Thank you
pink
so
is
much.
like, it's perfect. It's
Right.
the perfect shade.
And it has
Yep.
a nice glow about it.
Yeah, it does. Like that sheen hits the light. Oh, love it. Okay, we get to see some more, I hope.
Yes. Okay, here comes Tasia in her bridal gown, and look at the detail on this. One thing I
Another-
love about this dress is that the darker lining makes
Yes.
the lace
Yes.
and embroidery really pop on this dress.
I agree with that.
And it's got a beautiful back.
But
Like,
it's
this
not
gives me
connected, so
chills,
it
like,
feels
oh.
flowy.
Right.
Right?
Right.
How
And
does
it just has a small train. That's a horsehair hem that's just gorgeous. Come out a little bit
Turn
more,
around.
Tasia.
Yeah, let's,
I love those.
oh, I,
I do
see what
too.
you mean.
Yeah. That I love
Do
this
another
dress.
full turn now back to the
Beautiful,
camera.
beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Stunning.
thank you, Tasia.
Yep.
Okay, Caroline is wearing one of our jersey wedding gowns, and these have been so popular. The dress is actually really heavy, but you have to be built like her to pull
I
it
was
off.
gonna say, like you see every little curvy, which she has
Yeah,
none,
keep turning,
but she's
Caroline.
fabulous.
Oh, the back.
Oh, that
And
is
it's got
so
the little
pretty.
buttons all the way down the back and the train.
But you're right. I've seen many brides just the simple,
Simple line.
Just
really
body
like it.
conscious style.
beautiful.
Thank you, Caroline.
Beautiful. Ooh, I love this.
Okay,
one.
Addie's got a real boho dress on.
That is.
Oh, yes.
Gorgeous.
Long sleeves, not a bling on it anywhere, but the lace is the design.
It is, yeah,
Yeah.
it just feels rich and thick.
Ooh, I love
And
that.
once again, it has the little tiny buttons all the way down the back, but you don't have to button these. They
Okay,
just
good,
zip.
that's a zip.
Oh, that's nice.
It's easier.
And then does it have the bustle?
They
for
don't
those?
come with a bustle,
Okay.
but we make sure every dress is bustled before it leaves the
Can
store.
you spin when you're in that dress? Oh, yep, you're doing good. Oh, there you go.
Kind of getting tangled in your train, but it does have a really long train.
Oh, that's
Okay.
so
That
pretty. I
is so
love it.
fun.
Thank you, Addie.
Yep.
And of course, you have all of the accessories too to help these ladies.
That's
their
right.
height.
Okay, Roxy is wearing this lemon yellow prom gown, which I just love. I think once you've been inside for months and months and months from COVID, you want to party at prom and have that bright
Everyone
color.
look at you.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've got the bright yellows and the bright oranges and the reds, and I think people are going to want to have a party. This is a beautiful off-the-shoulder dress with an A-line skirt, and I love the bling. Okay, show us your back again, Roxy.
Nice.
And pockets
So
once
beautiful.
again. So
Once
I'm sold
again,
on that one.
pockets. Yes, everything with pockets.
And it just looks comfortable but elegant. Like, I love that.
And that color is so pretty with her skin.
Yep,
Love,
really
love,
Thank
pretty.
you,
Beautiful.
Roxy.
And that's a good point. Not all colors look great on all skin
Right.
tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to look healthy when
Right.
you put your color on. Okay, come on out, Allie. We decided to put Allie in a short little cute one, lace
That's cute.
number. And I just love this dress on Allie, and it's got the cutest back.
Yes.
Yes. That back is
The
fun.
detail on the bottom
The
hem.
hem, yeah, I love it.
So short and long, is it both in style right
Normally
now?
for prom, they mostly go with long, but there's
Okay.
other dances that they're doing throughout the year.
Right.
Even after Valentine's Day, they have all these sweetheart dresses. Okay,
Take
show us-
another spin
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, that back
Beautiful.
is really
So
nice.
pretty.
Thanks so much, Allie.
Leslie, thank you again for having us over. This was so fun.
If you really want to have fun, come and try on dresses at Veronica Michaels.
Probably under our age, more like 20 and teens.
But I do kind of want to try it on, just for fun.
Yeah, you
Well,
sure
I'm
could do
sure that she would indulge anyone that wanted to. And the best way to get a hold of you is to set an appointment.
You call 801-798-1337. And I even have my phone forwarded to my cell.
Okay.
So that I can get your call anytime.
Okay.
And Leslie's been amazing all through the years. I mean, my girls, this is about the only place that we shop for dresses throughout the years, and you're just amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
I do
you.
try to take good care of everybody that comes here.
very,
You
very
do.
certainly
You're
do.
really great.
Have a great year.
Oh, I'm looking forward
we
to
wish you
it.
the best.
2021.
That's right. We're glad.
Okay. Thanks again.
You bet.
Okay, Veronica Michaels, was that so much fun?
She's
It really
amazing.
is. She's amazing, but it really wants me to like try them on. Like I really want to. But you know you won't look like those fabulous models did.
In my head, I do.
In my head I do. Yep.
She's just a gem. She is, I think, like just so full of wisdom and helps these young girls, whether it's a prom dress, pageants, or a wedding dress. She knows the style, the trends, what fits your body. She's
And
she's
she's been
just
doing
good.
it for so long. Like
Yeah.
she knows like, oh hun, you're not gonna look great in that one. Like let's
lean over
try
here.
on this and this and this.
Yeah, whoever goes there will be happy.
But just so kind and so willing
Yeah.
to like help you look your best.
I agree.
I like
Right, and it's probably worth mentioning if you mention Studio Chatter, she's offering a 10% discount if you go shopping there.
that. Pass that word
Perfect.
along.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty, then there's more Studio Chatter coming up. Welcome back. Do you just want to get married all over again?
No.
The stress of it, you know, is not fun. Maybe
Well,
I
I've
want a
done-
new ring,
True.
right?
A few upgrades.
Well, once you have kids, and like, 3 of my 4 kids now are married, so that's like, yeah,
Right, we've done
you
it
get
again.
chances
Right.
to plan a wedding.
Yeah.
I agree with you. A ring,
Uh-huh.
and not necessarily a new wedding ring, just
No, just a new
dinner
fun
ring?
ring. Yeah,
or a
dinner
garden ring.
A garden ring, right?
Oh my gosh, I will have to have a garden party.
Maybe it's like grandkids, right? So you enjoy your grandkids a little more maybe than you enjoy your actual kids?
Yes.
Okay. And
Because
maybe
you enjoy-
maybe a cocktail ring would be better than
Can you ever go bad with rings, though?
No. Jewelry is always a fine choice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they just last lifetimes,
And
not
you know,
just yours, but many.
I'd
right?
have to agree with the pictures though. I mean, those are going to last a lifetime. So so make some of those choices wisely.
Yeah, it really is.
100%.
Those are the memories. Those are held all in that.
When we just had a wedding, in October, and I've just redone all the houses. We have like a huge, I think 24 by 30 above the mantle and wrapped canvas, and it just, you just walk through your home and you just remember that special day and all the family together. So you need to choose someone that is
really
right up your alley.
captures your people
Yes.
in the right way.
Yes, and I think as mothers respect the bride and groom of what their style is, because their style may be different than yours, but it's their wedding.
Right.
But they may need some guidance too. So it's just like that. It's a good balance.
Right. And like, we didn't talk much about videography, but I also believe that that was just such an important part of both my girls' weddings.
Yeah.
Back when we first got married, my uncle did take video of it, but we can't find it. And I so wish that we had those, because that kind of helps bring you back to that time. And
it's just fun
to
yeah,
see
because we
everyone.
have ours on VHS. I had it moved to a DVD and hysterical.
Right.
Absolutely hysterical. The kids were I mean, it's
Just dying.
If anything, hire a videographer to laugh in the future.
Yep.
Okay.
And
well, fun
happy,
memories.
what anniversary is it for you in February?
12th.
12th.
That's so fun, Natasha.
Happy anniversary this month of
Thank
love.
you so much.
Talking of weddings.
And I think you're going on just a fun vacation in the near future.
Yes, so I'll be out of town next time,
I'm so
ladies. So
jealous.
have fun, the two of you together,
Yeah,
We will.
we'll have a good time.
and whoever you have.
Right.
And then I'm hoping,
Okay.
can I just put it out there, that when
Okay.
I get back and we all are all together again, that this
Is a new.
will be different.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's our 100th episode. We've wore it out.
We have. We checked this off, put it in our memory book. Pete will take a picture.
Yeah. Oh, I think we
Right?
have
We have 100 pictures.
times 4
Yeah.
pictures.
So I
We're
think,
ready.
okay, here's what I have for a goal. I think we'll have a cardboard cutout for you, because we just can't replace you. So we'll just have a little cardboard
Okay.
cutout
Or
for
a
you.
picture of her.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You'll come back all nice and tan, and then we want to talk all things new and remodeled, including our set. And you've been doing some upgrades in your own home, which I totally want to talk about.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do it.
Okay?
That's a
That'd be
great
fun.
idea.
All right, super fun. Happy 100th.
You too.
Woo! Thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the wedding show. Tell a friend about us.